Hello and welcome to day 9 of my 12 days of Christmas. So today is my Santa stretch. So this is going to be a nice kind of chilled out, just a deep stretch session. So I did say on the message before, just make sure you're nice and mobile and warm before you do this. So don't do a deep stretch exercise without first being nice and warm. So I personally am very warm. I've just been doing my Strong Nation class with my group. So I'm definitely warm and mobile. If you're not, then don't do it right now. You can watch this later and do it again, and I'll put a little warm up in the comments so you can do the warm up, get nice and mobile, and then do this. I'm Carol's there. Hi, Carol. Again, so that's lovely. So just turn your head to the one side, bring it into the centre. I'm just mobilising particularly through the neck here before I have a little stretch, but everything else I'm just going to go straight into stretch. Oh, Frankie's there. Hello. Excellent. And then just bring your ear to your shoulder, and if you want to just press down lightly there and just have a stretch down the neck. And Sarah's there as well. Excellent. It's like a reunion. And Liz is there as well. Excellent. So stretch out the other side. Excellent. Well done. And then just release it. Put your hands behind you and just stretch out your chest. Look up at the ceiling. And then take these arms in front. I didn't think about this when I put it together that it was after Strong Nation, but this is perfect for all of us. And then just release it down. Put one hand down and just stretch over the top. So keep both sit bones on the floor. Just stretch over. And then take that hand down and go over and stretch the other side. So keep your sit bones on the floor. And then release that down. So I'm just shuffling forward a little bit. Opposite hand on the knee, and just turn yourself round, looking behind you, just stretching through the middle. And take some good deep breaths, and then go the other way, stretch it out there. And then bring it back in front of you. Come over onto all fours. So your hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. And just to start with, just lowering your chest and lifting up. Just moving through the shoulders a little bit. So just a couple more. And then just hold it there. Now slide one arm forwards and just drop your head down onto the mat. Tony's there as well, I hear. Hello, Tony. And family, probably. Stretch out through that shoulder. And under the arm. And then slide that arm back underneath you. This time slide the arm out to the side. Turn your head and look the other way so you feel that nice stretch down the shoulder and the arm. And then bring it back. And now we're sliding this arm under and turn your head to look at that hand. You can rest your the side of your head on the mat. And then slide that arm back and you can open it up and just stretch through the chest. And then bring it back. So we're doing exactly the same thing on the other side. I'm just twisting around so you can see. So this arm slides forwards and just drop your head down and have a nice stretch through the shoulder. And then slide the arm back underneath you. Slide the arm out to the side. Turn your head to face the other way. So you're stretching out a little bit through the chest and the arm. And then slide the arm back. And slide the arm under this time. Turn your head to look at that hand and stretch it out there. And then taking that arm up, just holding it up and stretching through the chest, looking at that top hand. And then put the hand down and just rolling into that nice cat-cow movement. Just nice release with the back. So rolling up, rolling down. You can hold it in a dip position and just wiggle your bottom like you're wagging your tail, as I've got my paw print leggings on. And then curl it up and just have a little wiggle side to side there as well. And then bring it back down again. Now take your knees wide, feet together, sit back on your heels, slide away the arms and just stretch all the way through your spine. Just take a few moments there Just have a nice big deep breath and just to release. And then pulling your tummy really tightly, roll back onto your heels. So you're up, sitting on your heels, and then you're going to come forwards all the way down onto your tummy. Put your hands by your shoulders and just gently push up and down. So you don't have to go very far, just a little way up, a little way down. So just stretching out through your back. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. And then you can push up and then bend the knees and then push back so your bottom rests on your heels. And then keep your hands where they are outstretched. Lift up your bottom and then bring your weight forwards so you're stretching through your hips and through your back, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And then we repeat, so we go back again. Just stretch through the back, through the shoulders. The hands stay there, lift up the bottom, bring yourself forwards again and have a nice stretch in that direction. And we'll just do that one more time. So coming down here and then coming up, stretching out there. Well done. And then just coming back onto all fours again. So the hands are under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips. We're going to bring one knee into the chest, then thread that leg through and slide the other leg back. So you're in this kind of pigeon position. Just hold yourself up here. If you want to make that harder and you feel like you can walk your hands down and just bring yourself down here. Really give that glute, the hip a nice stretch. So take in a few good deep breaths there. And you just go as low as feels okay for you. And then lifting up the head and the hands, put the hands back and just slide that back knee back underneath you. And then you can uncross that other leg and come back to all fours. Taking the other knee into your chest, sliding it through and then sliding back there and just feeling that good stretch. Just hold it there for a second and then bringing yourself down a little lower and just enjoying that nice stretch into the glutes. So just a big deep breath. And then just walking your hands back up again and sliding that leg back through. And just coming this time onto your knees. So you're kneeling up and you're going to put one foot in front here. So the foot's flat on the ground. And then just lift up the foot so you're resting on your heel and that leg is nice and long and straight. You can take a breath in and just pull out of your rib cage and then just take those arms down and feel the stretch into the hamstrings. So you don't have to go right down, just until you feel a good stretch. Just hold it there, breathe. So I'm not the most flexible in this position. I'm sure lots of people go lower than I can here. And then you're going to just put that foot flat on the floor. And then you're going to just slide that other knee backwards a little bit now. So you've got this knee in line with the ankle and this knee's behind you. Take a breath in and pull up and then lean away from the hip you're stretching. So I'm leaning towards the wall, so up and over at the same time, and you feel that stretch into the hip flexors. And then bring it back, put your hands down and take that other leg back. So coming back up to your kneeling position, we do the same thing on the other side. So this leg in front, straight and onto the heel. So the other knee is directly below your hips. Take a breath in, pull out of the rib cage, stretch up, and then you can bring yourself forwards just as far as you feel that stretch. Just allow your head to drop and take a few good deep breaths there as you allow those hamstrings to stretch. And then we're placing the foot flat down again, shifting the weight forward, sliding the other knee back a little. So this knee is in line with the ankle, that knee's behind us. Take the arms up, stretch up, and then stretch away from the hip that you're stretching. So I'm leaning now towards you, away from the hip that I'm stretching, but up at the same time. and then bring it back. Put your hands back down again, come back to all fours, and then take the knees wide, feet together, sit back and stretch it out there. And then just pull in through your tummy and roll yourself back onto your heels. And you're going to just put the legs underneath you, and you're going to roll yourself down just slowly, gently onto your back. So your feet are still on the floor. Take your arms wide. I'm just going to shuffle a little bit away from that wall. So your arms are wide. You take your knees one side, head goes the other side, and just have a nice release down the side of the body. And then bring it in through the center. Allow your knees to drop to the other side and stretch out the other way. Big deep breaths. And then bring it back in again. So this time, still lying on your mat, you're going to put the soles of the feet together and just allow the knees to gently drop to the side, just releasing through the glutes. Take your arms overhead and hold onto your elbows. So you have a nice stretch going all the way through your tummy, through those inner thighs, through the shoulders. Just breathe. And then just bring the arms back down again, bring the knees back together again, and just take the legs out nice and long, take the arms overhead, and just have a lovely full body stretch there. And then just bring yourself over onto your side, and then over straight onto your tummy this time. So you're lying straight down onto your tummy, lift up one foot, hold on behind the foot, push in with the hip and scoot up with the knee a little for a good quad stretch there. And then release that side. Lifting up the other side, stretch it out. So pushing in with the hips, scooping up with the knee. Take a few good deep breaths. And then releasing that down. Put your hands next to your shoulders and just push yourself up, and then come onto your knees. Take those knees wide again, feet together. One last time, let's have a nice spine release stretch. So stretch it down there. Taking in a few more good deep breaths. This time you're going to leave your hands on the mat. You lift up your bottom and then tuck your toes under, push back into the heels, and just have a nice stretch into the calf muscles there. So push the heels down towards the ground, and just stretching out through the shoulders, through the calf muscles, the back, hamstrings, and then walk your hands slowly and carefully towards your feet. Soften through the knees, and just let your head hang and your arms hang, and then slowly rolling yourself up with your head coming up last of all. Take your time, and then when you make it to the top, take in a big deep breath, stretch up, stretch over to one side, through to the center, over to the other side, back to the center. Take your arms wide and give yourself a big clap. Well done, and thanks for joining me for that stretch today. I hope that you feel nice and flexible now, and just released any tension that you've still got inside you, especially if you've been doing lots of heavy sweaty exercise just. So we'll be back tomorrow for another one. I'll put up on my Facebook page what I'm doing and what time later on. So I'll hopefully see you there. Oh, Gaz is just pressing a few things. Excellent. Right then, I'll see you tomorrow, everyone. Well done.